welcome back. I'm so glad you can join me again today. Today let's talk about creativity. The first question that comes to my mind is, can art be understood by everyone? Does everyone in the world like to go and visit museums? Does every person in the world just goes to art galleries and stands in front of a painting and contemplate for hours? I don't think so. Creativity and art is something that is very unique and can be understood by only few. I don't mean that only few people are cultured and others are not. No, there are certain kinds of people who can make certain kinds of things, and there are certain kinds of people who can appreciate those certain kinds of things. Like woodworking, only a few artisans can make beautiful artistic wooden items which can be put on display or be enjoyed by someone, and only a few kind of people are interested in wooden articles. Similarly, only few kind of people can appreciate what goes into a painting and what a painter was thinking and what he was trying to express. Creativity is unique to the person who is observing it and the person who is making it. So there is no one way to go. What I personally experienced was, I want to be a writer. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I am a writer. I think I can make up stories and I can express myself. I can talk to everyone in a way that will show them stars and dreams. I want to write like that. So, writing is my way of expressing myself. It is my expression. It is the expression of my soul that only few people will be able to understand, because maybe I won't write in the non-fiction category and many people don't like fiction. So, maybe there will be only a few people who will like what I'll write. The issue that I encountered with myself was that um, I started this channel and I started to just upload because it was helping me in a way. I noticed that my public speaking is getting better and that I was being more confident. And then one day I just put in the background one of my unedited videos and I was just listening to it, and it felt so amazing on the inside because it felt like I was giving myself advice, but there was no other thoughts to disrupt me, you know? So I think I'll keep doing this. But then my relatives found it, and then I became self conscious. I am like that, like everyone is, they are self conscious. So I stopped posting for a week. The whole time, what was going inside my head was how you express yourself, how your soul wants to talk to the world, has nothing to do with how people judge you. What I am doing, what I will be doing, what I am speaking, what are my thoughts, can only be appreciated by those who are in need of them or who want to hear it. If someone doesn't like it, it is not for them. And more importantly, our creativity is an expression of our soul. So it has nothing to do with anyone else. For example, if a person makes paintings, if he draws and sketches every day, and one day he decides to put it on display, but nobody buys it, nobody is interested in this world, not world, but wherever he's putting in that area, in that city, nobody is interested in buying what he's selling. That does not mean that his creativity, what he's making, is worthless. No, it is worth to him. It is giving him the satisfaction, what is coming out of him, what he's expressing. He's being himself. If what he's making is not making him money, he will just go and get another job which will pay his bills, which will sustain him. But on the side, he'll still continue his hobby, which is his creativity, because it is for him, not for other people. And those people who can make money out of their creativity, I think they are blessed. But even if someone can't do that, that does not make their work any less than anyone else's, because it is a self expression. So what I'm trying to say is that no matter what kind of value you are receiving from the outside world for what you have created, don't make it limited to just that. Your work, your creativity isn't worth exactly what its value is determined by the world. No, it is for you to do and for the world to recognize. There are so many artists, there are so many people, there are so many actresses, so many actors, so many people in this world who have put out their creativity, what they have done, what their soul told them to do. But they were present in certain times or certain places where it wasn't appreciated. But once the time went by, they were appreciated by the future generations, like Tesla. Or when they move from one place to another where their art would be appreciated, they go there. So don't be afraid to put out what you have created and do it for yourself. Eventually world will catch up to you, and even if it doesn't, who cares? Are you happy with what you're doing, what you're thinking, how you're expressing? Creativity isn't just something that you put out or just something that you do as a side hobby thing when you're in your free time. Your creativity is something that helps you grow. I know what I get from my writings. I have a separate journal where I write all my thoughts, and then I have several of stories on my iPad that I keep adding up to, but they have no end. I write one story, I start it, but for months I'll just leave it there. But after months and months, there would be a scene that will just come to my head, and it just fits with a story I have written months ago or years ago, even. There is a one story which is very close to my heart, and I have been writing it for years. I have been writing on it date wise of how I am developing that story, because these stories also have a soul, just like your art. It has a mind, a soul of its own, which we can't understand. I know it sounds a little hard to understand. Things that come out of us, the creativity, the art, the music, the writings, the stories, everything that we create gains a life of its own. It has its own mind. Sometimes when I will create a character in my story, I'm telling you, it develops its own life and its own mind. Even if I have a certain kind of mindset, or if it comes to my morality, a character will just, you know, will just trouble me. It will just want to be a certain way, even if it is hurting me. But, you know, I let it be, because somehow these characters just develop a life, and then I let them be. I just let them be what they want to be. And then I see that if that character is doing something in that situation, in that story, how he's behaving, how his words or how his actions are impacting other people's lives, it just creates a different kind of story. And whatever inhibitions that were inside my mind, the limitations that were not allowing me to let that character be what he wanted to be, it opens up my mind that no, this is a gray area. Even if your morality, your mind, your conditioned mind isn't ready to accept it, but this is how it is. And my mind just crosses another level. It just gains another level and it grows more. I grow every day with my creativity, and I'm sure that happens with every person who creates something, because every day is something that you learn, something how you grow. So embrace your creativity and grow with it. It is not about the outside world, it is about us. I have never put out my story anywhere, but they give me happiness. One day I will publish them. And I'm sure, and I hope, and I'm sure that people will connect with the characters the way I have connected with them. Because at some point, it feels like our art, our creativity is working with us. We are not making them, they are like working with us. Connect with it. Try to embrace the process of creation, and you will be one with it. You will grow with it. World divides people into the people who make a value in this world and the people who don't make a value, the artists who just creates and the people who don't understand numbers, and then the people who understand the numbers and who creates the value that humans will understand. But both of them need each other. Like, what are the accountants work with if they have nothing to work for? What would they be selling if nobody is creating anything? Or what would they be uh, putting into numbers or selling or buying or making charts out of if there is nothing, there is no production of the things they want to make money out of? They have a handle on reality the way the artist doesn't. It just isn't fair. I know, but there is just something that an artist can't do, because I feel like an artist is so malleable. He or she is so flexible. I'm so sorry that I go with just the he, but English is my second language and I have always learned that way. I'm trying to shift it. So artist is like flexible. The person just goes with it. That person, if he's a writer, he'll be 1,000 different characters. He has been through so much inside his own head, and then he goes outside and deals with the world and tries to become what will fit in this world. He's not just one person. And the same thing is with the painters and the artists. They become one with these colors and these crayons and the pencils. Every stroke feels like a heartbeat to them. They have lived 1,000 lives through these pages. The musicians, oh my god, I'm not a musician, but when I think about it, I'm I just don't know how they must go. It must feel like they are floating into the universe, stringing together all the strings from the stars and making music. Artists live 1,000 lives, but they need the people who will anchor them. So, world is not divided into just two categories. There are a whole series of people who will thrive and become one and variety of rainbows if if they let go of the societal pressures, of the rigid societal pressures of being just one thing. You can be 1,000 different things. You can live 1,000 different lives in just one lifetime. You see a million dreams while you are sleeping, but you remember just a few. And life is made of like that, like thousands and hundreds and millions of moments string together in a linear pattern. I don't believe in that. Life is not linear. But we remember it in a linear fashion. So try to be yourself. Put an effort into what you are, who you want to be. Even if you don't want to be anything, just do it for yourself, even if you're alone. Because at the end of the day, when you're at your last breath, when you see the whole life that you have led, there won't be opinions of people of what they were thinking. It would be of what you went through. It would be by only your point of view, your POV, your perspective. There would be no people standing beside you judging what you're seeing at your last moment. So think of it like that and do everything, every single moment of your life, make it so that this will add a special memory to that last string of film, which will show you what your life was. And I do believe that whatever we are in this life, we carry on in our next. We just won't have the same mistakes and same bad memories. But our soul will still have the same knowledge and the same wisdom that we had in this one. So invest in yourself, no matter what. And don't try to judge yourself or your creativity by the value, by the worth that the world puts into it or in you. You are what you believe, and as Taylor Swift says, you are what you love. And your creativity, your skills come from the deepest part of your love. It is pure love. It's the part of universe that just speaks through you. So I think that's it for this video, and I'm so happy and I was so thankful that you could join me today. Have a good day.